Hey guys, so I was playing with this base 12 counting last night and just counting the numbers out loud. And when you're used to base 10, this is where my brain gets hung up the most, is looking at this symbol and thinking of what we call 12 different objects. But this is the symbol for a dozen. What we look at is 10. But so here on my paper for everything, I wrote, what is the number? How do you say it out loud? How do you write it? And then what is it in base 10 math? So when you count base 12, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dec, L, dozen. Or that gets shortened to doe. So it would be 9 dec, L, doe. But it helps me to say the word dozen while I'm rewiring to think of especially these numbers up here. When you get to up here, that this number is actually base 1032. Because it helps me to say dozen, because it's 2 dozen plus 8 is essentially what value this holds. Even though you write it with a 2 and an 8, what you're writing is 2 dozen plus 8, which 2 dozen would be 24 plus 8 would be 32. So it goes 9 dec, L, doe, or dozen. Then 1 doe 1, 1 doe 2, 1 doe 3, 1 doe 4, 1 doe 5, or 1 dozen 6, 1 dozen 7, 1 dozen 8, 1 doe 9, 1 doe dec, 1 doe L, 2 doe. Then 2 doe 2, 2 doe, or 2 doe 1, 2 doe 2, 2 dozen 3, 2 dozen 4, 2 dozen 5. But then, so the tens then go like this. 2 doe, or 2 dozen, 3 doe, or 3 dozen, 4 doe, 5 doe, 6 doe, 7 doe, 8 doe, 9 doe, dec doe, L doe, and then 1 grow, which is 1 gross. That was like, boo, one of those, light bulb moments, which in base 10 math, it has a value of 144, which is 12 times 12. That is, but you write, it's written like this. And then you go from, you can see these little numbers here. These are the base 10 values. So L doe has a value of 132 because everything is based in base units of 12 instead of 10. So then you go from 1 grow to 1 mow, to 1 domo, to 1 gromo, and then it's just the these go bimo, trimo, quadmo, and the tri, quad, bi corresponds to the. My nails are really dirty because I've been gardening. It's not like gross dirt. Sorry. The quad, bi, tri, quad corresponds to the number of groups of 3 zeros. So there's 4 groups of 3 zeros. So it's quadmo, right? So 1 mo, quadmo. Makes sense? So this is starting to, I'm gonna practice this. I'm gonna see, it really reveals, it's amazing what it reveals when you start to think in numbers this way. So anyway, I just wanted to share.